Happy Wednesday, guys. Pre-tip show for college basketball, NBA today. I'm really just popping into try and get back on track. I missed a few of these. I'm trying to get in here from 1 to 1:30 every day so that if anybody does have any questions, they can just hop in. Matchup questions specifically for football, basketball. Why football? Oh, we have good games this weekend. Definitely like the Titans, eh? Hard to like the Bengals. Um, Definitely like the Bucks. I like all the home favorites this week, which is a little troubling. Um, like oddly, the widest spread is the one I'd be most concerned with. I feel like the 49ers have the recipe, but I don't believe in Jimmy G and his mistakes. I'll chill for like a minute, see if anybody pops in. If nobody pops in, I will just start going through the college basketball slate. Start with that and do some NBA. But yeah, I'll give it a minute. Ooh. If anybody needs a question and you like to call like home, I guess I'll do yeah, I might as well start. But I went down such a Figgy Moreno rabbit hole yesterday. Unbelievable how deep that went. Oh, somebody popped in. You got any questions, brother? Before I was just gonna run through the slate otherwise. Do you have any questions? Game related. Otherwise, I'm just gonna start running through what I got. Oh, Marty, what up, dude? Why the LSU lean? Because I just Bama's playing like shit. They're kind of like playing terrible. I don't know. Like, I guess they have better guards. I hope that I get not trusting LSU. Like that Eric Gaines kid in the starting lineup without Pinson is kind of rough. But I can't do Alabama, man. I can't do Alabama right now. What have they been up to? Dude, that how do you lose at Mizzou if you're a good basketball team? Lost at Mizzou, lost to them. I mean, size kind of kills them. Days, I feel like LSU's gonna have success on the O boards. Lots of success just playing like batter ball on the O boards. Um, I get it's a bad look. LSU just lost. But the thing is, Arkansas, when playing well, is like good. Like that's not a bad loss. I don't know. I could see. I would just have a hard time laying 3.5 with Alabama with how they're playing right now. Like you're relying a lot on outside shooting because what else are they getting? Like I don't know. What? Why do you like Alabama? Would be my question back. I mean, losing by 2 at Mississippi State's theoretically not bad. We'll see tonight. Mississippi State versus Florida is interesting. Like, I really want to take Mississippi State because those guards from Florida are just like they are what they are. Yeah, okay, I get that. You think they're gonna rebound at home? I understand that. That makes sense to me. I mean, I like Shackelford a lot. And they've only lost, I guess, good teams. Iona, Memphis, Davidson. Oh wait, Mizzou. How bad is the front court gonna? How much do you trust in Darius Days, the Little Reed? Ooh, Eason too. We're gonna have some problems on the boards. We're gonna theoretically have some problems on the boards. But like, yeah, I mean, on the boards. I mean, I don't know what he's gonna do against the likes of Wilkinson, Days, Reed, Eason. I mean, he's not going to do anything on the boards. No, I agree. I mean, better guard play at home and then like go-to buckets. I mean, what are in a close game? Yeah, for sure. So Alabama money line makes sense to me. I really like Brandon Murray, and I wish Brandon Murray would have been around in yeah, he seems all right. But like we don't really holy shit. Yeah, but I don't know. He was injured. He got injured for a little bit and then working back. He's got a pretty tough job on that team. The guards have a pretty tough job on that team. They really have to put up like, near 80 points every game. That's kind of rough. Because they just don't have like people underestimate. I mean, they don't now. I hope not if you watch any NBA, but Herb Jones is unbelievably good. Like an unbelievable lockdown defender. And like Petty was a really good defender and stuff too. Once you take a lot of pieces like that away, the defense becomes a sieve. So I just don't trust Bama to not just get murked on the boards by them. Are they going to have enough size? Why am I spazzing on who Bama up front? How badly did they? Honestly, they didn't even get killed by Mississippi State that bad up front. Molinar had a good game. Badeko, Gurley, dude. It's not good, though. I'm going to be honest. It's not good. It's not good up front for them. So that's my hesitation with it. But I think Bama money line seems like you're safely all right. You have any I thought Mississippi State, I definitely see why Mississippi State's getting the money. 6 feels like a lot. But we'll see. Mississippi State, I took them. They got smacked by Ole Miss, but Ole Miss shot the lights out. So I still didn't get to see. And they kind of like fought Mississippi State, but you can't go down by 20. You got to figure something out before that. So I can't be playing them on the road right now. I need to be a little tighter. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, that's why I said 60% of the time they get blown out. 30% of the time I thought South Carolina wins. And like maybe 10% of the time it's a close game and South Carolina loses. But now we know. I think now it's like more proof. Arkansas is not to be trifled with right now. Because I don't like those players long term. Like there's no way that team does like tournament work and stuff like that. But right now, they do just have guard experience. That's something that I've been playing a little too many of the matchups where I don't have the better guard play. So running through tonight real quick, and like just spam questions when you got them, brother. I feel like I'm being safer with guard play. UVA over Pitt, guard play edge. Pitt somehow, I mean, if Pitt was going to knock them off, if you look at the box score and like watch the game last game, that was the one where they were going to knock UVA off because UVA shot like shit. They shot like 20% from three on more attempts than Pitt, who hit 50%. Pitt's not like a 50% from three kind of team. They're going to have some guard. Like, obviously, UVA's freaking undersized guards versus everyone struggle with that stuff. But I think the winners get it done. And I think the biggest thing is Cafaro wasn't as integrated, wasn't as confident in the last matchup. And this one, a lot more confident. So him dealing with Hewley, even if Burton's playing better, we're going to score more points this time. I think UVA wins this game like very high percentage of the time. Hey, Pitt proved me wrong. I like Pitt, but not this much. LaSalle, much better guard play than URI. Of course, URI, those big twin towers, they're going to eat however much. But they suck at free throws. We have a lot of people to put in if we want to keep fouling. And then LaSalle, just the guard play. If anybody tuned in and saw a little bit of the St. Joe's game, St. Joe's, whatever, complete frauds. But LaSalle's guards are playing really well. Brickus, the most important one. I've actually interacted with that kid on Twitter. He's a nice kid. But he came back, and he's like a very, like, do all the little things kind of smaller guard, pesty, whatever. I think they're going to cause turn. I'm not impressed by the URI guards at all. If they cover more than 13 from this, because LaSalle's trending like way up. Ex-Villanova coach Howard. So you got guard play in that. I hate the guards for Northern Iowa. They're another one. Them and Loyola Chicago make no sense to me. Those teams, the wins they get, so fraudulent. Just their opponents completely having meltdowns at the end of the game. But I think Valpo, I gotta do it. I gotta stick my head back under that. They were up plus 1,000. We had up 6 with a minute and like 20, up 4 with the ball with 50 seconds to go, plus 1,000. Lost in double OT to make it 20 times worse. But I don't know. We're just asking so much of this Noah Carter kid in this matchup. Valpo has the talent, plus Kobe King. You can put him on the opposite. Kavion Taylor. You have a lot of people to put on AJ Green. Valpo, I mean, you want to get a home win? I feel like you should. TCU over Oklahoma State. I feel we have the better guard play again because Rondell Walker is taking a step back this year. Like if we're gonna go with like a super Bryce centric team, I think at least one of the Boone's out. For some reason, Moncrief, who's my favorite player on the team, I think has the highest upside and like pro potential in my eyes. Maybe I'm fucking crazy. I thought it was unbelievable, like last season before. And yeah, just plays 10 minutes a game. So I don't understand what's going on there. I feel like TCU, like Oklahoma State's going to be like up and down too, like emotionally, like that team's going to be a roller coaster as they try and do this. Like, oh, we really give a shit every game in Big 12 because we have nothing to play for. Oh, we let down spot. I don't know. I just think TCU, I really like the transfers, like getting Damian Baugh and Emmanuel Miller. Emmanuel Miller's awesome. He's like actually like skill set wise, if you just like, you got to like good stroke, just hone the shooting a little bit, little tweak. I feel like that guy's like an NBA player. Maybe I'm crazy. Miles is an NBA player. We have teamwork. We have better coaching. J.B. Dixon's going to outcoach the shit out of what's his face on Boynton on Oklahoma State, right? Am I stupid there? But yeah. And then so I just that makes no sense to me. It's like a real team versus like a collection of shit that really isn't working out. Like who'd they beat last time out? Baylor? Dude, Baylor, who do we fade them with? A couple times. I don't know, but the guard play, dude. The people were rating James Akinjo like he was like holy god, and then you see Sochan's out. He's super important. Things happen, but let's not get out of our britches on Oklahoma State. Like we want to take them like next time against Texas. I think they're maybe there, so we'll get them as a dog, and we can play them then. But taking them at home, like plus 180 on TCU, what the doesn't make any sense. And then I think the Rockets absolutely insane. No Donovan Mitchell for Utah. So like that, like relentless where it's just like, okay, every play is just going to shoot free throws. And it's like, this is stupid. Even if the Jazz aren't shooting well, the Jazz have to shoot really well. Otherwise, like I think really well, or otherwise how they're going to cover it. I should have given out the 15 last night, 13 and a half, whatever. How are they going to cover this many points against it? What's that? That's brutal. What is that? The Valpo thing, dude? I've had a bunch of these. Central Arkansas last night, I had plus 450. They were up one, up something with a minute to go, and then they had the ball for the final shot. Fucking crazy drive in, bounces off somehow off a layup. The rebound kicks like real far back. They get it on a fast break and won the other team to end the game. I mean, this is just the way shit goes. Shit's crazy. What killed me about last night was nothing like that. Bowling Green shot fucking 60% from the floor in a game. We had 20 more damn shots in the game. They shot 60% from the floor, 50+%, 52% from three or something, and we had like 20 more shots in the game. We still shot like fine enough. Just Bowling Green was like in fuck you mode. I mean, shit happens. Wait, we still lost by single digits. I think it was like 9, but it was off by 3, and they shoot 60%. I mean, 60%, over 60%. Oh, toughy, because I don't want to. North Carolina State's like on my or North Carolina. They're on my I don't want to play them. I think Kevin Keats is I don't know, man. I think he did a good job with one player, CJ Bryce, and I think everything else has been a dumpster. I don't understand. This is another team, right, where you're what's going on the team where you just don't play your optimal set of players? Because Casey Morcell, why'd you come here? Cam Hayes, why are you not playing? Like, you should be in the game. Like, should you be coming out? I don't know what's going on there. But the Terquavian Smith kid's good. And they're like much bigger guards, right? So the matchup, it's not great to see that Virginia Tech didn't beat Virginia. And I think Virginia was up like a decent amount in that game, then gave it all up, then came back to win. Because Virginia, another reason I'm playing them over Pitt, is whoever they just lost to, Wake. They just went on like a unbelievably cold scoring drought to end that game. They were up a decent amount in the second half. And I trust, I think Kihei Clark and Beekman are like the kind of guys that that kind of shit's not happening again tonight. They're like stout winners. But so for Virginia Tech, that's like knowing where Virginia Tech's ceiling kind of is now, just like blankly on the season, because it's been long enough where it's like the Storm Murphy thing. Like, we're not still going to be like, oh, let's wait for Storm Murphy to come around. Like, this is probably what it is. So athleticism at the guard spot is going to be a problem, right? Athleticism at the guard spot for them. I thought that Aluma and Mutz would have a lot more success in the first match because I don't like Helms. And whoever the other big man, Disunya, what's his name? Let's look at the first matchup real quick. But I thought they would have a lot more success in that first matchup, but they just didn't. I was surprised that they went on the road there because I thought they'd just be able to get enough. You see, the thing is like Sebron, people like that. How are they going to – you know what Virginia Tech is missing this year and they'd be actually really good? They shouldn't have Radford. He needed to stay. So I would say gun to my head, NC State, because the guard play at home probably ends up getting it done. I can't with Virginia Tech anymore. It's like they're going to come around. They're going to come around. They're going to come around. They're not going to come around. Wake Forest, or maybe they are, but I'm not going to keep betting on it. Wake Forest, Georgia Tech. I don't know, man. That's one where I want to be on Wake Forest so bad, but I don't really trust their guard play enough on the road. And in my head, I'm split because I'm I feel like Georgia Tech has the better guard play and they're going to win. But Wake Forest continues to get stuff done. And I feel like for UVA just went unbelievably cold and just such a size disparity. And Wake Forest is fundamentally sound enough. UVA tonight, I think the difference is going to be execution in that game with Pitt. I think Wake Forest has enough execution. I think here, Georgia Tech, I don't know what the fuck they are. Because if Georgia Tech is good, I don't know if they're good or bad. Because I think DeVoe is really good. So I just don't know what Georgia Tech is. Do you have an opinion on Georgia Tech? Do you like them? I mean, shouldn't Keegan Murray just swallow him whole? Like a burrito around some contents of a burrito? That's what I would think. Because that's the problem with me. And I lean Iowa because what's keeping me off of Iowa is the fact that I don't like Iowa and I like Rutgers. But matchup wise, I feel like Iowa's got too much scoring eventually. Yeah, that's gonna be a fucking problem because it's you just have to tough somebody and shit. But Keegan Murray's pretty smart. If he just kind of goes straight up, can't he go straight up and Ron Harper still do whatever and it doesn't matter? So you don't even need to foul. But theoretically, that's how you get a guy. Theoretically, what you have to do to a guy like Keegan Murray is put a shoulder into his stomach, right, into his chest, and get him into foul trouble. Kind of like what you got to do to Anthony Davis, right? That's why a couple years back during that COVID-shortened season, to get the Lakers to win, they had Paul Millsap was out of every Nuggets game in the first minute and a half. You saw just 2 ticky-tack arm to the back fouls, and they're like, no, because we need the Lakers through, and you're the guy to fuck it up, because that's kind of matchup. So theoretically, I mean, Ron Harper, you really trust Ron Harper, and if he can get, maybe he can get Murray and vouchable. Is he like athletic? Like, can't Murray just be like kind of smart about it and it's okay? And then like we're trusting Gio Bigger over, because like whether you like Bohannon or not, Bohannon and his gelatinous hips or not, guy can hit threes. I mean, you know what, for Iowa, because for Iowa, so what I need Iowa to do to start investing in them, I need less nepotism. So I need less McCaffrey, because the kids need to, I mean, dude, every time that Connor McCaffrey or whatever the guard McCaffrey is in over Tony Perkins, I want to blow my brains out. It's the craziest thing on the planet. I'm like, what are we doing here? So I will answer that. Hold on. Tony Perkins played 12 minutes last game. Damn it. Yeah, it doesn't make a ton of sense to me. I guess you're really not going to be able to like this Philip Baraka offense and this Patrick McCaffrey offense. Does that work against Rutgers? Like Philip Baraka is going to have to hit some threes. They're going to have to step out. How many threes does Iowa hit tonight? That's a good point. Let's see. I have it open. Let's see. 3-point defense. Let's see where Rutgers sits. They should be pretty high, right? Middle of the pack. They allow some swarming around and shit. I don't know. I feel like a lot of what I was going to try and do on offense, I need Tony Perkins to be a main part of the Iowa team. That way, I promise you, when Tony Perkins is a more upperclassman guard on this team, you'll see them take off, because Tony Perkins is really good. It's the craziest thing to me that the McCaffrey kids are always playing over him. I don't even see, where's Connor? Is he injured or something? I don't know. I didn't do like tons of injury research on the games I wasn't taking tonight. In terms of other leans I was talking about anyways, let me know if you have any more questions, Marty. Thanks for hopping in, brother. Gives me good practice, bro. I appreciate if it's helpful. That's nice. I'm going to look to live Xavier against Spunky DePaul. I think that the win over Seton Hall is kind of overrated, because Seton Hall is super spastic right now. And I think they'll probably be in the game for like a good portion of it. Maybe even have like, a 5-point lead at some point late in the first half or something before he gets closed. But ultimately, Paul Scruggs says, it's Scruggsy time. And you can always, and Scruggs will just D up on Freeman Liberty when it matters. And you have to think too, Freeman Liberty is going to wear down throughout the season. Think about how many times have you ever watched DePaul games, you just see him like hoisting himself up like slowly off the ground and stuff, he just plays so many minutes, plays hard. He's good, but he's going to wear down. And I think Scruggs is like an awesome NBA talent. He's got to figure it out. He's kind of been playing like shit recently. Yeah, same. Why is he playing like shit? I didn't think he showed up to that Villanova game. The second one, I was like, because I'm super high on Xavier. I like this team, dude. I like the pieces, but for them to do shit, Scruggs, you have to play to your potential. Scruggs' potential is, bro, you can drop 25-7. Is that being ridiculous? 18-5-7. 5 assists, 7 boards. Yeah, but he missed the last one. He missed a layup, I think. Yeah, layup. Pretty sure it was a layup. I get it. Villanova's defense, really good, all of that. Yes, my friend. But if this was him sophomore year, I'd be like, all right, man, we need learning experiences, whatever. But he's a little old. I need you to make that. Let's see a response, right? What happened after that? Because I think Xavier, we got to see them turn it up a little bit here. But I'm not going to pay this. I'm not laying 7.5 against Spunky DePaul. I can see them just coming out and slapping the shit out of them. But this team's good, dude. Yeah, losing to Villanova twice is nothing to shame about, though. They're playing really, really good basketball. It's like you can't bet against Villanova right now. Two teams you can't bet against, especially because they're so good at offensive execution. So the level that you have to play at to match them when they're really good right now, Davidson and Villanova. Just the level of offensive execution right now is at a point where you just can't do it. That's why some people ask me about VCU. It's like, I want to play VCU. I love VCU. Just do it. Yeah, dude. Scruggs, Nigel Johnson, Jones, Odom. You know what? What happened to KK Tandy? Did he get injured? Because I need some KK Tandy in my life. And I think I almost need a little more Nunge and a little less Freemantle. Maybe that's an adjustment we can make. But it's hard. Like, there's certain matchups where, like, we have Freemantle, Nunge, Kunkel. We all have to get minutes. It's like, ugh. I guess they just don't really match up with Villanova very well. Oh, shit. All right. What else did I have in terms of that? I'm not taking Missouri State during this run. I mean, I guess, I don't know, man. Do you believe in Isaiah Mobley or Mosley if you've ever watched him play for Missouri State? I just don't believe in teams. Like, I don't want to play teams when they just want to get one guy. Well, one guy scoring, is going to volume his way to 30 points every night, no matter fucking what. Maybe he gets there efficiently. Maybe he doesn't. I mean, I doubt. I mean, I've watched the guy play enough where I don't think he's going to get there more efficiently than if they ran a good offense, because they have a ton of weapons for this league. I mean, look at them and then look at who they're playing every night. Like, you could just figure out a way to beat everybody every night with real basketball. So I don't like taking teams like that, so I can't take them. So I wanted to take Illinois State after watching them play against Bradley. The thing is, watching them play against Bradley just shut the lights out in their heads. Like, that's why somebody commented about Bradley +7 against Drake, and it's like, but I mean, I think Drake's super overrated. But Bradley, I mean, watching the first half, yeah, they hit some threes and shit, but it was like Illinois State could not get anything. Like, when Bradley really wants to with their size and stuff, they can play really good defense. Like you saw in the first half, that wasn't like some crazy fucking shit. Like, Illinois State got their points on Bradley turnovers and on threes. They could get nowhere near the paint in the first half. Bradley ran good, efficient offense, got a lot on cuts. Yeah, they hit a bunch of threes, but that's why they were up by fucking 20 at one point. They closed the half up 15 or whatever. And then, and that was like with a couple of Illinois State buckets right down the stretch. They were up at 20 right before half. And then just completely mentally put the box on their head and shut it down and like went home. And just like the defense turned into like Illinois State doing whatever they wanted. It was like, I'm just from one half to another. I was like, well, I just saw you do it for 20 minutes, so I know you can do it. You're doing it like very consistently and soundly. So that was shocking to me watching the second half. I was like, these are two completely different halves of basketball. If I just saw a team do that a little bit ago, I don't want fucking any part of them. I don't know which halves they're going to choose to play. So I don't feel like, I mean, anything can fucking happen. Yeah, I mean, because he had the sidekick that's still at Murray State. That's been there forever. He has to be like a 6-year eligibility guy, 5-year eligibility guy. Tevin. I don't think there's an R in there. Tevin Brown. Yeah, I mean, Ja was sweet. Whatever win he got him, who'd they beat? Be like Belmont or something? No, Belmont was in their league. I forget who they beat, but they got a first round win. They like lost the second one, but he like messed up his knee in the process, I think. Yeah, Ja's good. Ja's a leader. I mean, that's why for what he lacks in like true points guardsmanship, he's a leader. They beat Belmont in the tournament. Oh yeah. That was a good game too. Yeah. I like Ja. He makes me happy when I see him play. I mean, I think that Memphis team is fucking dangerous now that you start to round this thing out a little bit with Bane in there instead of Brooks. Brooks needs to come off the bench, man. That's what life has to be. I don't know whether he's playing right now or not. I'm in that NBA. Like, I've just been following more specific teams. They've been on such a hot run. I'm like, I can't really play Memphis right now because they're so overvalued no matter what. Kind of like the Cavs, where it's like, I mean, we're not going to play like that. We're young teams. We need growing pains. That's the way life works. I wish it was all roses and sunshine, but Just can't. They have to be overvalued inevitably. You have any more, bro, for college? Yeah, I think Ja can. The thing is, Ja's like, I don't know. I trust, like, he seems like the kind of guy, though, that if somebody needs to, like, really improve their shot, stuff like that, I think he can probably do it. He has great people around him. That team right now is just putting winners together. Like, look at the bench. You bring Tyus Jones and Jarrett Culver off the bench. Look what Tyus Jones just did winning us. Tyus Jones, if you think Coach K coached us to that championship, he was just. Okay, so I was talking with my NBA buddy about this on the phone before. Let me make sure checking injuries for the Wizards. Does it even matter? So let's think about it from like a no Durant, right? Hold on. Let me just make sure we have because I think that part's important. Brooklyn Nets, no Durant. No Millsap, no Claxton, no Durant, no Bembry, whatever. And then they're playing the Wizards, who are going to be without nobody. Okay, so the Wizards have everybody. Trusting Patty Mills? No. So we have, I think it basically boils down to, like, matchup-wise, like, specifically on the court, I guess we're going to have some kind of front court advantage for the Wizards, maybe. So, like, that's the notch I can give on the Wizards side is some type of front court advantage from – I like Daron. I like Sharp. When I did that draft way back and shit, when I said Davion Mitchell should have got number 1 overall, when I did that or I said him or Scotty Barnes. But I put Sharp in the first round, like, solidly. I think he's pretty good. I think him dealing with Gafford, like, that's not anything terrible to me. Harrell, I mean, is going to kind of be a pain. But, like, dude, the Nets, when they have, like, the secondary lineup and they play harder and stuff without Durant, like, Bruce Brown's fucking awesome. And I think Kessler Edwards is, like, even though he went to Pepperdine, you'd think he'd be a softie out in Malibu. But he's tough, man, to me. I think on that side of the aisle, trusting Patty Mills. On that side of the aisle, I'm going to give probably some inside advantage to the Wizards, who, in fairness to them, have been playing better lately, which is another thing. So playing better lately, probably an inside advantage, probably going to get some boards, especially when Harrell's in. On the flip, and what I think will matter the most, it basically dwindles down to, like, besides for that, do you want Dinwiddie, KCP, and I assume is Bradley Beal playing right now? Yeah, right? Yeah. He's got to be playing. Yeah. Yeah, of course. Who do you want, them or what? Okay. Who would, if you could create, like, one set of 2-guard situation where one guard's going to be super ball dominant, like 75% of the game, then let the other guy do it 25%, and then have one other guy who's off ball to just, like, be put in the best situations by the one guy, and then he just either shoots or, like, it turns into, like, a little mini ISO situation where it's, like, cleared out the back and then he just can take it to the rim and do whatever he wants. If you could pick any 2 players in the league at the guard position, which 2 would you pick? I mean, because Harden plays – they're 2 different teams, right? When the Nets have Durant and they have all the stars and stuff, they're one team that's super overvalued in the market. When Durant's missing or somebody's missing, it's, like, specifically Durant the most, even though I think Durant's, like, the best scorer on the planet. When he's missing oh, damn it. Oh, when it's just Harden as, like, super ball dominant guy with a bunch of young kids busting their ass around and stuff, I think the Nets are undervalued. Like, because Harden's amazing at that, right? Like, you saw what he can do with the Rockets, even if he's, like, old, kind of fat, going to the same trainer as Luka and Joel Embiid. I still think, like, that's an amazing combo. Like, having Harden to just Super Bowl create, and then you have, like, arguably, if you they have the best 3 ISO scorers on one team, which is why this isn't a real basketball team. And in the playoffs, I don't think they can win anything. Like, I really don't think the Nets can win anything with this team. It's just the 3 best ISO scorers in the league. If this was a game with 3 different balls, I'd be like, yo, the Nets are going to win every time. But there's only one basketball, unfortunately. So the Nets, like, long term. But I just think that combo, like, what do you want? You want Bradley Beal and Spencer Dinwiddie, or you want James Harden and fucking Kyrie Irving? That's my reasoning the most. I think Kyrie's playing motivator right now. People are whining at him all the fucking time. So it's like, fuck you. I'm just gonna ball. That would be my probably reasoning on that. I mean, I can get behind I don't know on the Pistons or the Thunder. Somebody said the Thunder, and I love my Thunder. But are they gonna have just like the wings to match up? Like, can DeJounte Murray? I don't know. I've never seen DeJounte Murray and Shea play each other. What does that look like when those two match up? That's probably pretty fun. The Kings have Richaun Holmes back. You can only take the Kings with Richaun Holmes, right? I think this is so many points with the Jazz. How the fuck are they 13.5-point favorites against a full Rockets team? Yeah, he's nice. When that team gets rolling too, they're a problem. They are a serious problem. But I don't know, man. They need like a matchup edge usually. Usually they get that rolling against like a more like, plotty-ish, dopey team like the Lakers. And then that team just can't keep up scoring. So the Thunder can like score with anybody. But I need Dort to have a good game, and then he's not going to have the best matchup on him either with like all the wings that San Antonio is going to be able to throw at him. And I don't like Josh Giddey. So I just have problems there. But yeah, I like DeJounte Murray a lot. I wish this thing that they were building in San Antonio, because I still everybody hated the Spurs when what's their faces were on them when it was like that dynasty. I freaking love that. I love like teams that just put it in through hard work and stuff like that. But I don't know. This thing isn't like a real thing, what we're building here. This like 4-round Jacob Poeltl. Like long term, I mean, what are we doing here? Really, what are we doing? We're just accumulating toys for like a closet. They're all in the closet. This doesn't really make sense. I hope we don't waste Murray, because although he should last a long time with like that kind of Kevin Durant body, like you're not putting a lot on your joints. Unlike Zion, who is, dunking, doing triple windmill dunks against Army when we were up 40 and the game didn't matter. Well, he made the money though. Probably more than if he played like a full NBA career without whatever. So yeah, that's fine. Although they make a lot now. In terms of other ones, let's see if there are any marquee matchups we missed for college. You got any other questions, brother? Yeah, I think DeJounte can have a great game tonight, though. Maybe he just has, like, if you're playing some DraftKings or shit, because they're going to put Giddey on him sometimes, and he just gets to steal it and take it for a layup by himself. Do you get, like, a steal? Yeah, you get a steal and a layup. 2 points. Hit Iowa Rutgers. Yeah, I just have to lean Iowa because I have to trust that Keegan Murray has, like, half a brain, and then what does Rutgers do? Because I love Ron Harper, though. He's such a boss. He's going to be so good in some Euro team. Like just killing it in Czech Republic or something. Nah, killing it in Italy? Israel. Maybe Israel? Southern Illinois I wanted to be on. But I have too much respect for Indiana State. And they're one of those teams where like a big way I handicap, like especially like any playoff format or something like that, is I look for teams that have winners, because winners continue to win. Like that's like what happens in life. Like a winner wins and then they win again and again and again and again. And losers tend to lose and lose and lose and lose. St. Joe's Creighton. Is Creighton good? I can't tell. Because like I don't trust in Nembhard. I don't do it, but I like O'Connell, who's the next Dookie. I don't know. St. John's is so. I wanted to have a St. John's plus 150 ticket, or it was like plus 155, plus 160 last night. I think I could get a plus 160 like really early on, so I almost clicked it. And then I was like, I had this image in my head of them just playing volleyball on the boards, like UConn was, but having like with that Kalkbrenner guy, him having the touch to finish a lot of things inside. And I'm having serious nightmares about playing road teams because St. John should have beat UConn outright anyways. Just the way they play, like with Champagne, he played down the stretch, hitting threes and shit, and just playing so well. They should have won. Like UConn gave that game away, and just they were calling absolutely everything on one end and nothing on the other, like throughout the game. Like that was kind of bullshit. That made me feel bad for St. John's. The Big East refs, I don't know why they're calling everything so tilted towards home, but it's just like I'm seeing it enough now where it's like, I mean, Big East refs are calling every single ticky-tack foul on the road team, and they're letting home teams get away with stuff. I don't know whether it's for crowd, whatever, or what the hell the thing is going on. I mean, that's a thing for handicapping right now. Like, I don't know if other people saw the thing that NCAA came out with about fouls. They're calling more fouls now. So that's why you're seeing a lot more fouls. So teams with good free throw shooting, that kind of shit's important. Like hitting your 1-and-1s, those are the difference in a lot of games. It's crazy that people have guards that don't hit 1-and-1s. That's fucking insane to me. You have to hit a 1-and-1. You absolutely have to hit a 1-and-1. Just with how many fouls there are now, like that you are seeing a lot of stuff. Like I saw somebody say Iona, that's going to bite them at some point. Like I don't disagree. They hit them last night. I just kind of think Iona has winners and Monmouth, if they, I don't know, man. I haven't watched Monmouth as much like super recently, but if you shoot like that all the time and that Walker, whatever his name is, Walker Miller, the guy's taking like, he looks like Akeem Olajuwon, like the way he's hitting him last night. It's like there's no way he shoots those where he hits like 6 of 8, like 15-foot, barely looking at the rim hooks, like fading away, like on a line drive. It's like the craziest thing ever. And then Pappas just pulling up from 30 like he's Curry. Yes. Yeah. Dude, Jaden Ivey's not that guy. He's not that guy. This is besides, like, I think Ivey needs, I think he's like a junior or something, ex-Akron guy. And he was recruited by Dambro there, who's now the coach at Duquesne. Really, really good coach. I love Keith Dambro. He's a sick coach. Him recruiting Ivey makes me know, like, at least gives me like I can check the high character box. So I believe maybe in Ivey long term. But the problem with Purdue, I mean, you see it, it's Ivey's problem. It's all the guards' problem. The guards' fucking decision-making on that team is bonkers. If Travion Williams wasn't so damn good and he's not playing great right now, I don't want to be after watching that last game, like, you should kick the crap. Yo, Illinois stinks. Everybody that's like saying like Alonzo Plummer's the best shooter in the country, like all this shit, he's been on like a really long hot streak. I'll give him that. But like, you need Plummer and like Purdue should have won that game by a lot more. Purdue's just so dopey, man. The guards just all the time turnovers. Like, I don't trust Stefanovic as far as I can throw him. I want to trust Hunter. I've been waiting years. As far as I can throw him, Thompson, what do you do? I don't even know what that guy does. He's like Isaiah Thompson for them is like half invisible. What guard on Purdue do you trust? I like Gillis and I like Travion Williams. Yeah, Travion, that was the other thing in that game. How many layups down the stretch did Travion Williams miss? But like I feel like those are shots that are going to go in a lot of the times. He's really good at those. And the other thing, you can't say true, especially Travion Williams is the guy who's got to be taking the last shots in the game. I think at this point, if you like, how many games has he over the last like 2+ years just gone down the stretch, just keeping like answer for answer to win games? Travion Williams is that guy. I mean, when you see Jaden Ivey take a pull-up jump shot or a three, do you have confidence? I don't. MSU, are we talking about Missouri State, or are we talking about Michigan State? Michigan State's guards, if you're hanging around here, there's two sets of guards that I want to fade like the Dickens that I know are not what people think they are. Michigan State, which if you took Northwestern last time with Chase Audige's ball pressure and stuff, then like, because I took him the first time, I didn't have the balls to take him the second time. Yep, 1,000%. You are 1,000% correct. I took Northwestern the first time, and then they dominated the first half. It went exactly how I thought it would, and then they just had a complete meltdown in the second half. Chase Audige went like autistic, and the thing fell apart. So I couldn't take it the second time when they played again, even though I knew it was a good matchup. But I completely agree. All of their guards. Actually, weirdly enough, Hoggard's the one I think, like long term, is probably the one I'm going to end up, I think has the highest upside. Because he at least has that, like, you know, like, oh, we need this shit right now. I got to take it to the fucking rack. Like, that's how, it's a good, like, right, for good guards, like, that's a good way to tell. It's like at key points in the game when momentum shifting, shit like that. It's like you're taking, I get like, you know, it's a 3-point game now, everything like that. But when you need a bucket, man, you got to go to the fucking rack. That's where you go. Like, end the game, go to the rack. This shit where, like, you just stand at the top of the key for 20 seconds. And then with 3 left, like, take a step back jump shot like you're fucking, like, who are you, Kobe Bryant? Are you Kevin Durant? Like, that's what he does. Like, get the fuck out of here. Get to the rack. Make one, and the game's over. Stop being stupid. Yeah, he is an elite level defender. Yeah, so you see the conundrum that Collins is faced with, right? Because it's like, this guy is an elite defender, but he's a crackhead on offense. Dude, that Chase Audige guy, when it's him and Boo Buie in there, they're just doing whatever on offense. Just absolutely whatever they want on offense. Yeah, no, Johnny Davis is, I mean, let's be honest. Let's be honest. Johnny Davis is a lottery pick. So whatever to do. And then, by the way, the other set of guards, whatever to do. Yeah, I mean, he's a lottery pick. There's only so much. But I thought he did do a pretty good job. The problem with Northwestern is just where are you going to get consistent offense on that team? Because the problem is, like, it's a conundrum. It's like, I need the offense looks steadiest to me when the Greer's guy is in there. But he's like a 6-foot white guy. So it's like, and like Barry's more dynamic. So I see where his head wants to shift that way. But the Barry kid's just going to shoot. It's like, all right, well, shoot or turn the ball over. I'm like, well, I don't really need that. Like, you're not good enough at the shooting part where I'm going to put up with it. And then Greer's like a 6-foot white guy who should really just be passing the ball, making the right plays, getting everybody into the right spot. And no, that's them. I at this point, I have to believe after however many years. I mean, they're going to make, I guess, Chase Audige, you know, offensively, I'm sorry. At this point, his jump shot's fucking terrible. The fact that what is everybody else on the team thinking when he shoots the ball? When Chase Audige takes a pull-up jump shot from 3 or like a 20-footer, which, can you believe that? Like, if I was the coach and Chase Audige pulled up in my offense with a 20-foot jump shot, you're out. You're fucking out. That is so inefficient, first of all, as a shot. Second of all, you suck at shooting. I don't want to be mean. I'm not going to rip on Chase Audige, but he is crazy. Yes, bro, he banks in everything he makes. He's like banking in threes, and then, like, you know, on the way back, like, it's like Boo Buie, they're really poor decision makers. What happened to the point guard? Just know the point guard position. Everybody needs to be so big now that nobody wants to be a point guard anymore. Yeah. The thing is, Audige, though, defensively, and he's the only one of their guards that can really play defense. Because Buie, I guess you can try if you want, but you're not that bright, and you're just not that good at defense, like physically imposing anything. So that's why Audige has to play all the time. But, like, I don't know. Does he not have conversations with him? Just like, we can't shoot this much. Like, Chase, we just, like, there's better options. Like, all the forwards, let any of them shoot. I think a big difference last night, they need Nance. They need him offensively and like what he can create by taking people off the bounce and stuff and getting things moving. And then they get some pretty wide open threes that maybe even, I mean, Buie, it's like a solid shooter, just such a poor decision maker, right? Like, that's the issue. It's the decision making. Like, I need to trust the decision making. Like UVA tonight, I trust their decision making. I trust Cade Clark's decision making. Yes, they're not physically talented, but I trust their decision making. Cafaro's the difference in that game, in my opinion, though. Marquette Villanova. Don't get away in the Villanova train. What's the point, right? What the heck is the point? I feel like a lot of people are going to be on Louisville. And while I think they probably win, and they have the best matchup ever, though. I was trying to find a way to take Boston College because I just want to fade Louisville. But they do have a good matchup. And, like, do you really want to trust Boston College's guards on the road? Nope. All right, yo. You got any other questions out there in the universe before we pack up shop? I got to figure out I don't know. I want to buy some more shit, either NFTs or crypto or something. So I'm going to go down that rabbit hole for the rest of the day. And the UFC rabbit hole, because UFC 270, my birthday is the 27th, weirdly, of this month. So it's like 27, 270. I think this card I'm supposed to just sweep house. And I already know we're taking Davison Figueiredo. I've watched so much. I went down a rabbit hole for like 2 hours last night just watching fight after fight after fight of Figueiredo. I have like 2 more wrestling ones I want to watch. And then, because I know Moreno, I've watched like all of his stuff. And I just think they're like classes apart. And it was just one really, really 2 bad weight cuts because he was hospitalized before both. But the second one was just like an awful, awful weight cut because I don't think Figueiredo should be getting dropped by jabs. I think, honestly, that is the most disrespectful line ever. And given that, like, if you think about it from like betting markets in that inefficient market like the UFC are usually just going to move like based on like, I don't know, like hype or age or like when less is known or like volume and shit like that. So like Moreno checks all those boxes. Like if somebody, like a lot of people, if they have algorithms, stuff like that, are all going to be on the Moreno side. It's going to go towards Moreno. We're going to get the fattest fucking Figueiredo price. It's going to be the most wonderful thing ever. I think it's going to be like, it's my birthday present. This is an early birthday present for me, is this line. Yeah, Figueiredo, dude, he's going to be more powerful. Him hanging out with Cejudo is the biggest part of this, because not only the part about like, all right, he's had 2 really tough weight cuts. Yes, he's an old Brazilian guy. Like, is he older than he says he is? He says he's like 34 or whatever. Is he a little bit older than he says he is? Whatever. But if there's a man on planet Earth or 5 men on planet Earth that you're going to go to and say, help me with a weight cut, it's probably an Olympic wrestler that's like had to do that kind of whole thing. His whole like moving between weight classes, always being on point. Like, that's the guy you go to. He's been with Cejudo for 3 months now. 3 friggin' months. Like, at least he was there in October. Missed Christmas. Missed his son's 3rd birthday. This guy's making sacrifices. What do sacrifices equal in life? Success. Boxes are checking. Biggest thing, the offensive wrestling. The offensive wrestling. People, there's in the first fight, when he has more energy and stuff, dude, there's times Figueiredo just throws Moreno around in the cage. He is so much stronger. It is insane. People are basing this entire thing off of Figueiredo is going to have a terrible weight cut. People are going to lay minus 200 probably by the time this tips off. What are we at? Let's do a little check. Let's do a little check. Based on that, Figueiredo is the better fighter. Moreno is so hittable. I've been saying this I really don't think he would have gotten past Royval. Royval was having tons of success on the feet. It's just his arm popped out. And like he's just live or die by the fire. Minus 180. Minus 180 and minus 175 to minus 180 right now. Yeah, I don't think it's going to go down because I don't think there's going to be people that let down. And then remember, there was like tons of money came in. And I think in the last one, right before like tip or whatever, fight tip from like Mexican, like, I don't know, heavy betting Mexican people. So while I think, fighting uphill battle in the closest of close split decisions, I think they'll give it to Moreno to push the Mexican thing. But like, dude, decision, KO, sub. I get Moreno's never been KO'd. But dude, this guy, are we forgetting how like ferocious a striker Figueiredo is? Dude, Moreno is a guy that keeps his head, like, I guess he's got some head movement, but generally, like, head out with boxing from his hips. Like, this guy is minus 180 over Davison Figueiredo. What are we doing? What are we doing? I think I already took some plus 150 because I'm like, what if I'm wrong about the line movement? I'm not letting too much run away from me. But I'll be heavily loaded on Figueiredo, I'm pretty sure. I want to watch a few more things with wrestling. My buddy's coming by that wrestled in high school. And like did like some karate shit too. So he like has like a little bit of idea of how they mix. And he's gonna come by and watch a little bit of a couple of the fights where Figueiredo got wrestled, and let me like see like what's going on. But because that's a place where the wrestling aspect of things is my weakness so far in handicapping. But I think that's fucking crazy. I think it's absolutely nuts. Are you stoked for any of the fights? Anybody else got any of the fights they're stoked about? I think the Demopolis girl, the stripper, I want to take her. I really want to take her. She like wrote a book on stripping on top of being a stripper. Like she's willing to do what it takes. I mean, the other girls took till she's 37 to get into the UFC. I got one girl that took till 37 to get in the UFC. One girl that is literally willing to do whatever it takes. And she's got the grappling edge, the jiu-jitsu edge, move to fight ready. I watched some preview with those guys previewing it when it was supposed to happen last week. They sound confident because if you type in Santino DeFranco or whatever, he's like one of the coaches at Fight Ready, and he has a channel. Gone just because I think the biggest thing about the fight though is what's Francis gonna do? Because Francis is like his pay is capped right on the current. His pay is capped right now. Dana won't pay him anymore. So his contract, like whatever the champion clause is in the UFC contract, is you have to go out on a loss. If you win your fight, if you're a champion, and no matter what your contract is, I'm 99% sure this is right. I know it works this way somehow where he's in the situation, but if he wins as the champ, his clause renews. So then he has to just fight for the same amount just continuously until whatever. So if I'm him, I fucking hurt Gone, really perform well, and then just take a knee. And be like, I'm good, and tap out or something. Like, how cool would that be? Is if he like seriously, he just beats the shit out of Gone for like 3 rounds, lets it be known, like beats his chest, like I'm the fucking man, and then just sits on the ground and taps Indian style. And it's like, I'm out. Because he's going to get paid a ton by somewhere else. So that part's really tough, regardless of what you think about the fight. Like if you're Ngannou, why are you just going to continue to fight for 500? He made on the last one, I think I looked it up, it was like $500,000 and then 150 fight bonus. But I guess he was a challenger, so he didn't get pay-per-view points and shit yet. I don't know, but he's not going to sell. How many is he going to sell anyways? I don't know. In the fight, you probably, I don't know. People say Ngannou is more evolved, all these things. I don't know. I don't like taking the guy that's like the less strike, like he's less technical. And I don't know, Gane leaves openings. I don't know. I'm just waiting for Tom Aspinall to come and just clean this shit up in this division. Tom Aspinall will be champ soon enough. I don't care who it is, whether it's Ngannou or Gane. Either one of those, he's going to end up, we're going to see him with a rear naked choke, and it's going to be, and then he's going to get up and go, champion, at some point. And we'll reference this. Oh, by the way, for whoever's watching right now, or if you rewatch this, I saw it, some good deal for people that, like, if you don't have tons of disposable whatever to bet with, the We Want Picks guys, they're like a preview thing. It's like a couple ex-fighters that are friends with Glover Teixeira. But their little thing, they have like betting partners. And if you deposit with them, you like I don't know how much you have to deposit, not much. Go to wewantpicks.com/bets and they'll send you $50 for each one of the ones you sign up with. So you can make like a free $250. I don't think you need to deposit much, but they'll send you $50 via Venmo, like for each one of the ones you sign up with, and you can pick like up to 5. So you can get free $250. Pretty fucking not bad. I mean, I'm signed up I have a million betting things, whatever. But that's actually not bad. Free $50. See, people have reached out to me to do stuff, and that's what I've been asking for. I'm like, I literally just want to give people free money. I'm not doing anything with sign up bonuses. I'm not doing any of this shit. You're either going to give us a bunch of free shit, or I want like a 2x bonus on any bets with some code for a week, something like that, where it's like, I want something fucking cool. I'm not going to fucking spam people on my TikTok for fucking, what are you going to give us, a 100% deposit bonus? Who doesn't give you a 100% deposit bonus? I want free. I want literally just, this are free rolls. Do what we want. Put them on plus 1,000s. That's what I want. All right. I just hit an hour, bros. Anything else before we run? Eventually, by the way, I got to have it where I want to start to formulate a little more community aspect, get some people hanging out, because then we can actually get a little power from it, start getting a little things, get ourselves some free things from this kind of stuff. But I want to get people hop in. You hop in and say what up, send out a link so people just know. And how to hop in and ask questions. But any others before we go? Basketball tonight, whatever tomorrow. If you're taking football, I'm not going to be on any of the road teams this week. Just saying it out there. I'll do a video like today or tomorrow or something, just a quick one. But I will not be on any road teams this week. I know that for sure. All right, dude. Thanks for swinging by. Appreciate it. I'm going to try. What day is tomorrow? I feel like I have something big Thursday afternoon. As long as I don't, I'll be back on. I'm going to try and do it a lot more often. Monday through Friday, I'm going to try and be here. But I'll be here 1 to 1:30 tomorrow. If anybody has any questions, hope everybody has an absolutely wonderful Wednesday night. Go Cavaliers. Virginia Cavaliers, yeah. Go Cavaliers.